And they discovered enough finally to discover that I might have a reason for being in the streets. Well, you can hardly expect me to pick up my tambourine and start dancing because they finally figured that much out. I think it comes as news to a great many of my co-citizens that the reason that black people are in the streets has to do with the lives they're forced to lead in this country. And they're forced to lead these lives by the indifference and the apathy and a certain kind of ignorance, a very willful ignorance on the part of their co-citizens. Everybody knows, no matter what they do not know, that they wouldn't like to be a black man in this country. They know that, and they shut their minds against the rest of it, all the implications of being a black father, or a black woman, or a black son, and all of the implications involved in a human being's endeavor to take care of his wife, to take care of his children, to raise his children to be men and women in the teeth of a structure which is built to deny that I can be a human being, or that my child can be. The great question in the country has been, all the years that I've been living here, and I was born here 43 years ago, is what does a Negro want? And this question masks a terrible knowledge. I want exactly what you want. And you know what you want. I want to be left alone. I don't want any of the things that people accuse Negroes of wanting. And I don't hate you. I simply want to be able to raise my children in peace and arrive at my own maturity in my own way, in peace. I don't want to be defined by you. I think that you and I might learn a great deal from each other if you can overcome the curtain of my color. The curtain of my color is what you use to avoid facing the facts of our common history, the facts of American life. It is easy to call me a Negro or a promising black man, but in fact, I'm a man like you. I want to live like you. This country is mine too. I paid as much for it as you. White means that you are European still, and black means that I'm African. And we both know, we've both been here too long. You can't go back to Ireland or Poland or England, and I can't go back to Africa. And we will live here together, or we'll die here together. And it's not I am telling you, time is telling you. You will listen or you will perish.
Our opening clip was the great James Baldwin, a voice we all need to rely on today. Baldwin is one of the inspirations for this week's guest, Amber Wallin, a leader fighting for equity, justice, and economic power from the ground up. Amber is the executive director of State Revenue Alliance, fighting for tax justice. Whether she's taking on economic inequality, demanding accountability from lawmakers, or organizing for a better future, Amber is part of a new generation of change makers carrying the torch Baldwin lit. Want more conversations like this? Uncensored, unfiltered, and sometimes very cathartic. Join us every Monday at 4 p.m. Eastern at the Gaslit Nation Salon. It's a live hangout with listeners from around the world where we unpack the news, share strategies, vent our righteous rage, and keep the receipts. Sign up at patreon.com/gaslit. That's patreon.com/gaslit. Discounted annual memberships are available, and thank you to everyone who keeps the show going. We couldn't make Gaslit Nation without you. And hey, if you're headed to the beach, the mountains, or just your couch this summer, pack a copy of the Gaslit Nation graphic novel, Dictatorship. It's easier than you think. Follow our morally bankrupt narrator, Judge Lackey, as he stumbles through the steps to authoritarian rule, dodging angry journalists, powerful activists, and clinging to power by any means necessary. Until we get to the end of the book. Grab Dictatorship. It's easier than you think at your local library or bookshop.org. Now, meet that rascal, Judge Lackey.
Want to live forever? Achieve immortality thanks to symbols and slogans. From swastikas to MAGA hats, every dictator needs to have consistent branding. Create a sense of belonging, targeting your scapegoats. Learn more from the hottest branding guide in town. Dictatorship. It's easier than you think. Almost too easy.
And now, here's the Gaslit Nation Self-Care Q&A with Amber Wallin of State Revenue Alliance. So I want to ask you a couple of fun questions now. We do this rapid fire Gaslit Nation self-care Q&A where we just ask you, there's no wrong answers. It's just what's the first thing that comes to mind. It's all culture. And so it's 10 questions, rapid fire. Again, no wrong answers, just the craziest, silliest, fun. It's really like just to get listeners, reminding them that self-care is essential to the time we're all in now. Like, go pick up this book, go pick up this film, like just go lose yourself in something fun for a bit. So anything that pops out of your mouth, that's what we need to hear.
Love it.
So the first question is, what's a book you think everyone should read and why?
Oh gosh. What is a book? East of Eden is one of my all-time favorites. I think it touches on everything, but it comes to mind because we're talking about our democracy in America and what it means to be a patriot and our families and ag workers and all the things. So East of Eden.
What's a documentary everyone should watch?
Oh gosh. You know what comes to mind right now? I'm watching the new 9/11 documentary on Netflix. And so that is what is on my mind right now. It's just released. It's a fascinating look into decision-making and into global affairs that I think, just anyway, the ways that global affairs impact our day-to-day lives and have and still, and that imperialist mindset, what it means to people back home. So I think really relevant right now.
What's a dramatic film or comedy everyone should watch?
For drama and comedy, I just finished up Succession. And so I would recommend it. I mean, you're there. You're in New York. But I think it's got comedy and drama. And it's funny, it was a rewatch for me. And watching it again, I'm like, oh my gosh, all of this is happening right now. This was filmed years ago, but it is very relevant for what is happening, how information impacts decision-making, how it impacts politics, and the impacts it can have for everyday Americans. So I would recommend it if you have steel yourself a bit for it. But
oh yeah, I love Succession.
Yeah.
J. Smith Cameron, who plays Jerry, she and I have a group together, a states project group where we raise money for state races. So I've got to hang out with Jerry and some other cast members from Succession. I've seen them at our organizing events, and that is a very politically charged set. Like Jerry from Succession, the actor J. Smith Cameron, she was a community organizer. She was like hitting up the whole cast and crew for money to put towards these all important state races. So yeah, I love the series and I love the actors behind it.
Slight tangent about what we were talking about before, but I mean, we're seeing power growing in the states for everyday communities. It's a very different state story happening right now than a national story. That was true last year. That was true the November elections. It's true now. And so just appreciate that focus that you all are doing, because, we build power from the ground up.